What's up guys, Shane here with Rice Creek Bushcraft. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new knife I got. It is the Jessmuk C, designed by Chris Tanner, Prepared Mind 101. It's made by LT Wright. See their symbol, Prepared Mind symbol. This is a DLT exclusive, so it's the only place you can get one. As of today, earlier I checked it out, and they had 10 of them, and they range from this one with just the green canvas, and they have black canvas, is like 183, and then they go up to, I don't know, just shy of 200, I think, if you want liners. But go over some of the basic specs. It's got about it's close to a 4.5-inch handle, 3.4-inch blade. The blade steel is AEBL, so I'd like to talk about that just a little bit because this is my first knife in that steel, and I didn't know a whole lot about it, so I did a little research. Basically, what I've read and what I could find out is that it's it's a stainless, number one, but would be like a souped up 52-100. It would be tougher. It'd have better edge roll resistance and better wear resistance. So if you guys know anything about high carbon 52-100, it's a super good steel. A lot of guys use it for forging, and so it should be a real good performer. But basically today I thought we'd just use it, check it out, see how it performs. This is the sheath that it comes with. It's got a fire steel loop, dangler. It's a nice basic sheath by JRE Industries. Knife fits in there nice and snug, not gonna fall out. So anyways, we're gonna take a look at this. I figured we got some little sticks here. We'll cut them, split them. I got my Sven saw. If you guys haven't seen one of these, it's pretty sweet. I had this sent to me by a buddy. But you can take this apart and everything slides down into this aluminum handle, and the whole thing's aluminum. Well, except for the blade, of course, but it's nice and lightweight, and it packs up just into this size right here. So it weighs, I mean, it's really, really light. But yeah, I haven't made many videos lately. I apologize. I kind of see how far I could go down the rabbit hole and started making my own knives. So that's been taking a lot of time. Here's one that I just finished for a guy. Actually, I'm making 2 of these. They're going to be real similar. Not that I'm here to talk about my knives, but just give you a little look. That's what I've been up to. So I spend most of my hours in the evening and the weekends in the shop making knives. This is a redwood burl, and obviously it has red and white liners. My hammer forged the blade. Anyways, let's take a look at this knife. I'm going to get set up, and we'll check out the Jessmuk C, see how it performs. Well, first off, we'll see how this Sven saw works. I think it's S-W-E-N. I don't know if it's Sven, I don't know how to say it, but you can look it up. Hold on a second, I'll show you. Right here, you can see S-W-E-N, Sven Products. So, I'm not Scandinavian, I don't know how to pronounce it, but at any rate, let's see how this works. I've used this in the shop, cutting handle scales and stuff is about it. It's got pretty aggressive teeth, so anytime you have a saw that has really aggressive teeth, it's harder to cut small diameter stuff. But I just want to make some stuff up here to test this knife out. Yeah, I was interested in the full-size version. The other Jessmuk JX2, I think it's called. And I just never, I mean, I had chances to get it, but I never did because I had so many knives in that size, it just at the time, it would never make sense to me. This is, you know, the C, which stands for compact. And if you're like me, when I go to the woods to play around or bushwhack or whatever, not necessarily hiking, I'd probably only take this, but if I'm going out to play and make shelters, I like to take a saw, you know, a knife this size, this is 7.7, up to, you know, 9 inches or so, and the saw and the axe, and then I can split whatever I need and yada yada. That's just what I like to use. But anyways, you don't always need a big ginormous knife. So let's see what this dude can do. Now, this is about the right size stuff, I feel, if you're going to do any batoning. Of course, my baton might be a little overkill, but that's beside the point. I mean, this isn't a knife, it's, I didn't even mention that. The spine thickness is .093, so it's a pretty thin blade. But, I mean, you try to flex it, because of the length, it really doesn't flex. So, the length combined with the blade thickness seems to be a pretty good match. Now, if you had a knife this size, an 1/8 inch, I mean, I'm not saying it'd be overkill, it'd be fine, but this would probably slice a little better. It's got a regular 0-degree Scandi grind, so should be good for feather sticking and those type of things. So we're just processing some wood down. We could get a fire going if we wanted to. See, it works fine for that. You know what? Let's get a little bit longer piece so we can feather stick with. These are kind of short. You can see it went right through that limb, no problem. I mean, I didn't even have to beat on it at all. Let's see how far we're zoomed in. Maybe I need to zoom in a little more. Here, let's do this. There. See if that's a little better. So you guys can see what's going on. I was thinking a piece like this we could feather stick with. About like so. Split her open. Get some of this bark off. There you go, some feathers. Yeah, I like these small knives for doing this kind of stuff. I mean, it gives you good control. You don't have this big long blade hanging off, being unwieldy. Plus this really thin spine, you know, it makes it, this is like it's 4.5 or 4.7 ounces. So, I mean, this thing weighs nothing. You could throw it in your pack. It could be your hiking knife. I mean, it could be your primary knife if you take an axe and a saw, but you wouldn't even know you had this. Same if you put it on your belt. That's what's nice about having a small knife like this, is you just don't notice it. You know, like that knife that I made, that's a big, heavy knife, big hunting knife. You're gonna know you got it with you. This thing, I mean, it just doesn't weigh anything. I really like the handle on it. I mean, it's a real basic, I know I showed you, but it's just a basic, it's got a nice little finger groove. It's got this hook at the back, kind of locks your hand. I have medium-sized hands, so it fits me perfect. You know, I even still have a little bit of room, so I'd say if you had large hands, you'd probably be back in here and it'd still be fine. But it's got these, yeah, well, you guys know what they are. I can never remember what the hell they're called, but, you know, for like this pinch grip, because, I mean, this would be a great little skinning knife. If you wanted to gut an animal with this really aggressive, my camera won't focus, drop right here, it's going to help to keep you from getting into the guts as much. So, yeah, I mean, it could be a nice little hunting knife, bushcraft knife. Really good for skinning, though, all that belly. So I've been really interested, like I said, in the larger version, but I was just like, ah, man, I have so many knives in that size. And when this came out, I really wanted one. I was able to get this in a trade, so I went ahead and grabbed it. And really, really wanted to try this long sweeping belly to see how it would perform compared to a more traditional style blade. This is definitely more unconventional, more Jessmuk style. But the cool thing is, I mean, any part of the knife I use, or sorry, any portion of the blade, you know, way up in here, you're pretty much constantly on a curve. There's no straight edge anywhere on this. So that's what I was wondering how it would perform, and it's, I mean, I'm not going to say it's any better, but it's certainly not any worse than a standard type knife where you have, you know, this section that's flat, and then you get the belly and the tip. It feels really good. It really does. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to do anything you need. Let's do some more cutting because I want to see how it holds an edge anyways. Cut some of the sole off. Tell you what, shoes are tough. Ooh, that stuff's dirty and nasty down in there. It's full of dirt. Let's cut some of this heavy, thick rubber. Yeah, has no problem with that. Let's make a notch here. Yeah, that's real nice for that. Nice and crisp. Pushes right through that wood real easily. Real easily. See, I just did that in a second. Let's try it on a bigger piece. Like this, let's say. This would be a lot tougher going through this bark. Guess I better move my beer, it's gonna be full of bark and such. Should have brought some paper. I'd say it's still sharp though. Still feels sharp to me. So, initial impressions. I really like it. I think I really like the belly, or the sweep to the whole blade. I don't know, it just seems to work really well. Let's do some real aggressive cuts. Let's get something a little thicker. Like this. Okay, this is really dry black walnut, so it's pretty hard. That was a little over a quarter of the way through. I mean, you just want all the way through that stick with just 3 cuts like that. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you this. I was excited to get it. I'm going to get out and really use it when I get some more time, or I stay out of the shop for a whole day, which is hard for me. Got a nice big lanyard tube, easily big enough to probably even double up 550, but definitely single strand is going to be no problem. It's got handles held on with, I think they call these fisheye bolts, which basically this brass piece is threaded, this piece is threaded, which is female, and the male end's basically, I think, just like a screw, and then you grind that off. But so you've got the epoxy plus the holding mechanics of the 2 bolts, so you're not going to knock this handle off, that's for sure. It's on there. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Have to get one of these knives. Like I said, there was a DLT exclusive. When I looked before I came out to do this, there was 10, so if you like the looks of it and are interested, you better get on it, because I think they only made 160 total, and they're down to 10. So there you go. Alright, guys, I am signing off, and I hope everybody has a good week. Thanks for checking out the video. My camera sucks. Alright, cool. See ya.